Alright, fishy folks, happy Sunday Funday, happy New Year's Day, and happy 2017. Hope everyone had a great time last night, everyone was safe, and enjoyed your New Year's. It's kind of going to be a fish room update, mostly mechanical stuff. But first we have to talk about some sadness in the fish room. The bluegrass female passed away. If you remember, she was ginormous, and I thought she was just really pregnant. Her back was all jacked up. I don't know what the issue was, but she passed away. Her tail turned black, and she was dead. I mean, she seemed like she was in good shape when I got her. Her tail was a little, her back was a little crooked, but I didn't know if that was, you know, because she was so pregnant, her tail was so big. I didn't know what the problem was. So both females that I got from Aquarium Co-op passed. Both came in great shape. My water seems to be okay. 0, and I don't know, 10 or 20 nitrates parts per million. So I don't know what happened. You know, I've lost guppies after childbirth before, so that's what I'm chalking it up to. I certainly don't think it was any. I don't think I was sold any bad fish. This rack is starting to come along. I have moved the electric blue rams down to this 10-gallon. I don't think that's where they're going to stay because they're pretty shy and they're hard to see to begin with. So I probably will end up moving them probably to one of the top tanks when I get that row done. Or if they're big enough, I'll move them into their permanent spot with the gold ram. You may be saying to yourself, Mike, that drain is not going to do a damn thing if it's that high. And that's true. It's just temporary. When I'm ready to place the tank permanently, I will cut that the right size. I will add a filter screen, you know, like an intake sponge to it. But for now, that's how it's going to be. Kind of gives us a good view into the black panda tank, at least a side view. There are quite a few juveniles now. They've all kind of grown up a little bit. I mean, they're only about a month old, if that. I think I got them middle of November. So maybe 6 weeks old. Because if you remember, the female dropped fry the day I got her. She took a little longer here, but what else? Lots of new stuff, actually. So here's my temporary drain. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to run that 2-inch pipe pretty much there, secure it to the rack right there with a wire tie. Bring it up here, and then run these drain lines to it, and maybe put a Y right there. Not really a Y, but they call it a sanitary T. So basically the water only flows one way, you know, it'll sit like this. And then I'll run another pipe up and over here, another pipe up and over there for those. Look, sorry guys. I had the camera down low and I went another pipe up and over here and you guys couldn't see it. Sorry. Oh, that's a bad glare. Lots of other progress in the fish room. Let me get up and show you. So, if you remember this disaster up here, there were 3 solenoids because I always like to overdo it. And I had 3 zones for my system, but clearly it didn't need 3 zones. It just really needs 1 solenoid. So I cut out the other ones. I did some mending here, as you can see, with the coupler. But essentially we have 1 zone going this way. And I also cut those other pipes and capped them off. You can see the cap that's right there. Just to reuse the PVC. So, you know, I can do that. Then we added this zone. I just completed this zone. I haven't tested it yet because the glue is still wet. I like to let it dry at least. The can actually says you could, within an hour you can use it, but I like to let it dry a little bit longer. So what do we have? We have a ball valve, because I had that ball valve there, because I knew I was going to be adding to the system. And I can control flow that way if I wanted. Then we have the solenoid and a union. And I know I've told you guys before, but basically I can disconnect that union from the rest of the system and then turn the solenoid here, because there's threads right there, and take the solenoid out without cutting anything. So then we go into a T, and then we go down. It's 3/4 inch pipe down to 1/2 inch pipe where the drip emitter manifolds are, which is the same as the other side. So we have 6 and 6 is 12. I'm only planning on 10 tanks here, but there's room for expansion. Then I have a ball valve that's closed that I'll probably have to run as a return line because there'll probably be too much pressure for these tanks. And then I just have an extra nipple just in case I want to expand if I do put tanks over here on this side or whatever. I mean, you know, that PVC between the T instead of an elbow, that small piece of PVC and the cap, if you're talking $1, that's a lot. Then we go to the other side of the T, and we have another nipple for expansion, and we have one manifold. I thought I had 2, but I only had 1, and another nipple for expansion. And that'll take care of any tanks I decide to put on the workbench, which the more and more I think about it, the more and more I think I'm going to put tanks on the workbench. Not really sure yet. Kind of gotta... What I want to do is clean it off and see where I put all my crap and figure that out. So that's kind of the auto water change system update. Can't decide if I want to drill any more tanks or go watch a movie or going out tonight to a friend's house. My youngest son Lucas and my oldest son Dylan are already there. My wife and I and my middle son will be going a little bit later. So that's kind of it for this side. What did I want to show you? Let me show you the plumbing on the back of this rack. The other thing I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to be cutting all these off. All the branches of the distribution tree. And essentially, I only need this up here. Now, I lied. I only need this this pipe right here. We have a T here that goes to most of the manifolds over here, and then you know, it comes down here, drops into here, goes all the way down there, and then up. That's just how I had it set up before, you know. Sort of that was proof of concept. I proved my concept, but it's ugly. And I kind of would like to make it neater. I do have 2 problems. One, obviously it's already glued and everything, so I'd have to kind of redo it. I mean, redoing this isn't that big a deal up there. I would just cut it at the top of that T, cut it at that side of that T, and put the T in the other direction so there would be a branch going either way. You know, maybe the next vacation I have, or if I get into it this week while I'm off and everybody's not home. The other problem I have is in my ultimate wisdom, I started wire tying stuff to this pipe, not thinking that I would take it out. So I would have to, just thinking of using either this to run the lines, or I was at the at Lowe's today looking at, I forget what I was looking at, and I saw them make cable clamps, you know, that you nail into the wall and you run the cable through it, and I thought I could run, you know, this through it. Maybe I'll get some big ones to run multiple lines through, but I do kind of want to get back here and neaten this up because it is pretty damn messy. Like, I know how everything works, but, you know, if I'm ever away, it might make it easier to diagnose a problem. You know, I tried to string my fill lines as neat as I could, but I kind of got excited and just started filling, you know, putting them anywhere. So I got to work on that. I did order some parts for a high-low float switch, which Rich from Richard Fisher's told me about. In fact, he sent me some plans. Essentially, it's a relay and 2 floats, And when one float closes the circuit, it doesn't turn on right away. It waits for the second float. So basically, when the water gets to the first float, which will be down there, that part of the circuit will close, and then somewhere up here, another float will close, and then the pump will turn on, and that'll stop the short cycle pump. Also, when I do that, I'm going to put a check valve in this pipe, so that the water doesn't backflow down into the tank, which I notice it does now. So we got some more things to do in the fish room. Nothing new with the angels. No new fry or eggs or anything. A little disappointing. I did see one other baby in this tank. Last time she dropped one. So hopefully she'll drop some more, but we'll see. These guys are growing out nice. There are Endler babies in here. They're pretty small. And then in this tank, I did see some sunset platy babies. I didn't see them this morning when I looked. I don't know if they were eaten or they're just hiding. I don't really want to disturb them in case they're hiding for their lives. But I don't see any now. Like I said, that's not to say that they're not in here. I just can't see them. Yeah, so we'll see. I'd like to grow this colony out a little bit. I like to actually put them in a 20, so they have a little bit more room. There are 3 in here, 3 fry in here, and that's good. Hopefully they'll have some of the traits of mom and dad. Look, there's one being chased. Hide, buddy, hide. I think that's it for fry. Still haven't decided what I'm going to do with this strain. I'll see how they sell in the next couple of weeks probably, and then decide. Yeah, that's about it. She looks like she's about ready to go soon. Hopefully these blue diamonds survive, because that would be great. Most of these are going to be sold. Actually, all these are going to be sold. Any more I can find that don't have the white on them, I will get rid of as well. These guys are growing up nice. I did put a little bit of Java moss in there. I got to grow some more out or get some from my local fish store. Give them some more room to hide if anyone is ready to drop. These guys, I think some of these females will drop soon, so I did put some more Java moss in there. I put some PVC just in case. Take a look at Solo and the lads. Doing fantastic. Very happy with these guys. Skunk is looking great with his tail. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but you know, we're gonna call it a boy. Yeah, you guys should spawn. That's what I'm thinking. You too. You guys look like you're kind of in the mood, so we'll see. And if these guys spawn, that would be fantastic. Platinum angel babies, I would love that. What else, guys? I don't know what else. I think that's about it. I think Wednesday I'm going to go on another rant. I've been dealing with some, how can I put it? Dumbasses on Facebook Marketplace. We'll see. We'll see how things turn out. I'm trying to sell some stuff. I'm trying to buy some stuff. People always think their stuff is more valuable than it is. But I don't understand. I shouldn't get into it now because I may get into it on Wednesday, but real quick. I don't understand. If you put a tank for sale and you don't know the dimensions, you don't... Okay, so you don't... Sorry about that. Ran out of memory. I didn't think I'd rant so long or get on my soapbox, but what I'm trying to say is if you're trying to sell something and you don't know... Like if you're trying to sell a tank, you don't know how big it is, and somebody asks you for the dimensions because they know how to figure out how big it is, don't give someone crap and just say, oh, it's a big tank. I did see a post, someone said, oh, big tank. It was like $200 or something ridiculous for like a 20-gallon long and a stand. Like, come on. Anyway, yeah, I may, depending on how things go this week, I may rant about that. We'll see. I kind of like ranting, which is bad. Probably bad for my blood pressure. I think I'm gonna feed these my little angel fry, and then maybe call it a day in the fish room. Spend a couple hours down here. It's always nice when I can be left alone, spend some time in the fish room, and then go back up and be part of society again. Is that weird? It's probably weird. What do you guys think? Should I put tanks on the workbench or what? Let me know in the comments below. That would be great. And I'll talk to you soon, guys.